Thrust from the ground was the first lift I ever did there, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, I mean, that's
Just like hump the ceiling.
Yeah, basically.
I'm like,
in so many words.
Oh, okay.
Drive through your heels, get your hips all the way up is how I would put it, but, you know.
And I'm just like, oh, yeah, we just got to hump the ceiling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Dude, stop it. I have a story for you. Can I be mean for a sec?
Wait, I forgot to tell you.
Shut your face.
What the shit?
I cannot.
Can I vent for a second? Welcome back to Gimme the Goss. I'm Dana Barrett.
And I'm Katie Valley.
And we don't have that much to gossip about today because we have a very special episode for you.
Yay.
If you could see that we're both in our work. Did you work
Hot.
out?
I did work out. Thank
Fuck
you
yeah.
so
Oh.
much. That just...
Okay.
Okay.
So what we did there, for those of you listening, is I went in for a fist bump and Katie went in for a high five. And it was sad and awkward.
It just really is summarizing our Monday morning right now.
You know, and it's perfect that we have this interview for you this week because we're a fucking mess and we're exhausted. So we won't be recording us this week, but that was actually planned.
Yeah, that was planned. We're trying to get a little
ahead of ourselves so that we can stop being a tornado behind the scenes.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so we're excited this week because our trainer, Mike, from Ridge Strength Co.
Yep, my old neighbor.
Katie's old neighbor, my pickleball buddy. We interviewed him about how to get a toit ass for summer and how to ward off osteoporosis and why weightlifting is so important for the middle-aged mom.
Hot girl summer coming at you.
We're a little late for hot girl summer.
But we're not really giving the hot girl summer vibes right now, but pretty soon, guys, just you wait. And I have to say, I was down the shore this past weekend and I was talking to someone who is in incredible shape, my cousin's wife, Aaliyah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I thought you were talking about Grace's boyfriend.
Oh, well, Rick, we drove up. Rick's like, great. Andrew doesn't have his shirt on.
Great. Andrew has his abs out again. Too bad I follow Andrew on Instagram. I've never met him. And Joel's like, what are you watching? He's just a man running around with topless all the time.
With his six pack. So I was talking to Aaliyah and just like, talking about being in perimenopause and not being able to change the spot. And she said the only thing that has worked for her is progressive strength training. She does it twice a week with a trainer. And she said it's the only thing that's actually shifted her body. So we are so lucky that he has now opened a gym in walking distance.
Walking distance to our houses. We know a lot of you middle-aged ladies from Bloomfield are listening, and he is walkable from the Oakview neighborhood and from the Brookdale neighborhood. So if you can walk to Krauser's for wine, you can walk to Mike's.
Not that any of us have ever done that.
You can walk your ass to Rita's for ice cream.
Yeah.
You can walk to Mike's. But no, he's become a friend over the past couple years, and he's super sweet and funny and friendly. You know how you try to work out and sometimes the people you're working out with are awkward?
Yeah.
It's like he has basically created a gym for us.
Yes.
It's all your favorite songs from high school.
Bangers.
It's all ladies of a certain age group.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's it's the best place ever.
And you feel comfortable walking in to his space. It's not like, some of the gyms that you go to where you just don't even want to step a toe in there.
Because you're embarrassed that you can't do a push-up.
Yes.
That's not this place.
And the first time I went to him, he's like, we're going to do a pull-up today. And I was like,
the fuck we are?
Hell no, dude. Do you see me? I ain't doing no pull-up. I've never done a pull-up in my life. Guess what? I did a pull-up. Yes, with some resistance bands under my feet, but I did it. And it made me feel...
Maybe you could have shot through the ceiling on them.
But I felt really good about myself. And he is there to build you up, build your confidence, build your strength. And
it really is personal training for a much lower price point.
Yes.
Because today I was like, am I doing this right? This is why I look like this. I came from the gym
Yeah.
this morning, and I was so sweaty because because of my surgery, I couldn't work out for 2 months. So it was my first leg day back. So sweaty, but he's like, yeah, like get your elbows in and like spotting me because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to get back up this time, you know? So
Yeah.
it's really like that personalized attention. And we had macaroons for Cleona's birthday.
Oh,
It's like
that's
the
so
sweetest
nice.
little
It's a great
club. You guys
community.
have to come
Yeah.
join and work out with Katie and I.
Yay, can't
We'll
wait.
be bouncing quarters off our asses by September.
Guys, hot girl summer. It's coming.
I'm feeling more like Tony Soprano summer, where you walk around in your bathrobe cursing and having mental breakdowns and not listening to your therapist.
Getting sickies.
But anywho,
But the dream,
yeah.
you know? The
So
dream.
anyway, without further ado, here's my interview. This is Dana
Yes.
speaking with Mike because, you know, your
we
girls,
only have
your girls couldn't figure out how to have 3 mics. But yeah, so Mike and I chatting about weight training and how everyone who's listening should come join us. And maybe we can do like a Gimme the Strength combo workout class.
I love that.
So DM us if you're interested and we can set it up. But anyway, here's Mike. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, guys, we have a very special interview for you today. Our guest, Mike from Ridge. Mike, you want to introduce yourself? Tell everybody who you are and what you're doing here?
All right, so my name is Mike. I am the owner and head coach at Ridge Strength Company. We just moved to Bloomfield, right on 1285 Broad Street. We concentrate on making you stronger, building muscle through progressive overload, and we have a good time while we're doing it.
So tell everybody how we all know each other, how you know Katie and I.
So Katie used to be my neighbor.
Katie's right here. We couldn't figure out how to use 3 mics.
Katie used to be my neighbor in my first house in Glen Ridge. She lived 2 doors down, and we all know Katie's very social, so she was always out there. She's the best. So when I started training people out of my carriage house, we call it the barn, but it's a carriage house in Glen Ridge. Katie came because she heard about it through, my wife or friends, and then she said, "Hey, Dana, you got to come try out this guy's workout in his backyard," which it's kind of a big ask for people, right? They were like, "What's going on? I'm going to some.
Where am I going?
Where am I going? Is it a
find it
shed?
the first time.
Is it a shed? Is it a garage? No, it's a big carriage house. We converted it into a full gym. We started there 2.5 years ago. Dana started coming. She really loved it. Katie's been there a lot of times, and that's how we all met.
That's how I got addicted to weight training,
To fitness.
to fitness. Yeah, and then after
Yes, and then
17 years of trying to get Joel to
after
work out.
after asking Joel a lot of times,
He's upstairs right now. I'm sure he's
he-
going to be like, what the fuck?
he came and he loved it. I think the hardest part for anyone with any type of fitness routine is just getting started,
Yeah.
feeling comfortable walking in that door. So it's like once you get in there, you can see that, it's just people like you, make some new friends. It's great.
Yeah, that was the best part because I used to try to lift weights and I would just kind of flop around. I had no idea what I was doing. And I went to the Y a couple times and I walked into the weight room and it was like all these like 20 something like meatheads just turned around and stared at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? And they were in the way of all the weights and I had no idea what to do anyway. So I just turned around and like squirreled out. But when I got to Mike's and it was all like literally middle-aged moms like me.
Yes.
So welcoming, so fun, the best bangers from high school.
Yeah, the music is right, the millennial.
Katie just twerking in the corner.
Yes.
But I actually started to lift weights, and I think it's the first time I got actually like addicted to a certain type of exercise because I was like an athlete my whole life, but like after college, I just never found something that I loved to do. I would try a new gym every week, and it just felt like I was never getting anywhere until I found Ridge. So can you explain why it is that I finally felt like my body was changing? I was getting stronger. I was really feeling fit. Like what differentiates Ridge from like other strength training?
So I think the most important part is we follow a cycle, right? So our cycles are 6-week long. If you start on like the 3rd week, it doesn't matter because you're going to see a lot of repetition, week to week, so that you're doing the same things, different variations of those things, but we're most importantly progressively overloading. What does that mean? Maybe this week you're bench pressing 65 pounds.
That's what I did this morning.
There you go. She was there this morning.
Ripping it.
Then next week, we'll have a slight different variation of the bench press. We'll write those numbers down again. We'll keep note of those. So then when you come the 3rd week, we'll go back and say, okay, Dana, today you bench pressed 60, 65, and 70 pounds over your sets. This week, we're going to go 65, 70, 75. So you're constantly challenging yourself. You're getting more comfortable with the movements. You're building on those weights. So you're actually building muscle. If you're just doing the same weights over and over, you're not going to see that change. You're not going to feel that change. And it's motivating to see, last week I hit 70 pounds and then this week I'm hitting 75. Like, it's especially in the beginning, those weights are always going up, and it's motivating to, see your name on the board, how you compare to other people, not in a competitive way, just like, oh, Katie got 75 last week. I'd like to hit 75 this week. So it's not competitive, but it's encouraging to see other people just like you who just started their lifts, doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's also nice, like, I don't think we mentioned it, but it's like small group. It's basically like personal training in my view, because you're right there and I'm like, am I doing this right? What did I do last week? What should I shoot for? What should I start with this week? And like being paired up with someone like I was today, who's like way stronger than me, I'm just like, oh, fine, I can do 5 more. Like, I can add 2.5s.
You can always do more.
She was like pushing each other, and you're right, it's like not competitive, but everybody's just like, that one time when I blacked out and like backlifted, or what is it called? Back squatted like 105 pounds. I felt like I could shoot through the roof, like it just felt so good. And like, that's one of the things I think I love about it so much, because I think so many millennial women and Gen Xers, we grew up in an asylum of body image and exercise and starving yourself, and the goal being super skinny. So like being in a space with all women like that who are so fucking sick of that mindset, and like you're celebrating each other going up 5 pounds, or you're celebrating getting off the ground from doing push-ups without
that's great.
Absolutely humiliating yourself, right? Like, that's what you're in there celebrating, and it's just such a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I think it's just about feeling good, right? Like, everyone has their reason, right? Some people, want to get stronger. Maybe somebody wants to lose weight. Maybe somebody wants, I don't like the word toned, because I think that's a catchword, but more muscle is going to give you that more toned look. But everyone has their own goals. Some people just want to lift more. And I think a really great part of Ridge Strength is most people, especially women, are coming in there, have never used a barbell in any capacity, right? No bench press, no deadlift, no back squat. Most people who start at Ridge Strength are coming from a place where they've never done any of this before. And it's great for me, because I can teach you exactly how you should be doing these lifts. And a lot of these people are in the same boat. They haven't been doing it for that long. Now we're at like 2.5 years. So we have some people who've been doing it for a long time, but most people started from a zero, right? Like, had never barbell benched.
And like, I never did that kind of stuff because I didn't know how, and I'd be like terrified to go into like Planet Fitness or like Equinox when I lived in the city and like try to back press. What is it called?
Well, it depends what you're talking about. There's a lot of different.
The one that's really hard over when the bar's on your back and you step back. What are those called?
Like reverse lunges, back rack reverse lunges. Yes, reverse lunges.
All these lifts have ridiculous names that I would never.
Yeah, there's a lot, like Bulgarian, Romanian, different. But the good thing is you don't have to know the names of any of those.
That's the best part.
You just come in and I tell you what to do every single time.
Yeah,
and how to do it.
I don't have to think about anything. I don't even have to keep track of my numbers.
Correct.
He does everything.
And somebody will say to me like, "Hey, Mike, what should I be doing?" And today we were doing a top-down dumbbell bench press, and I said, Dana, probably you're going to start at 20, go 25, 30, for those sets.
Don't share my business.
All right,
I'm just kidding.
I'm just going to inflate your numbers. Yeah, 75, 80, and 90 on the bench press.
I think my best lift is the deadlift. I feel like I always rip those.
It's pretty nice.
Right?
Pretty nice.
I
feel strong. That's the heaviest number.
The heaviest number. Is that the one that people
mostly
lift?
Yeah, so deadlift is usually your biggest number, and then I would say your back squat is probably your next number, and then front squat.
Back squat's the one I did that day.
Back squat's great.
100.
I personally love the single leg stuff, the Bulgarian split squats, the reverse lunges, but we do it all. We do hip thrusts. We keep
hip thrust from the ground was the first lift I ever did there, and I was like, what is happening right now?
Yeah, that's
You're just like hump the ceiling.
Yeah, basically.
I'm like,
in so many
oh,
words.
okay.
Drive through your heels, get your hips all the way up is how I would put it. But you know,
And I'm just like, oh yeah, we just gotta hump the ceiling.
yeah, just hips to the
But
ceiling.
I remember just being like, this is so awkward. But I remember everybody being like, this is one of the most awkward lifts. Like, it's fine. Like,
Yeah, everyone's doing it the same.
Yeah.
I would say no one is. We're very lucky. We have a great membership.
Yeah.
It's the thing that I think that is special about Ridge is you are lifting weights, you are working hard, but there is a lot of like rest in between sets. So there is a social aspect. So if you come with like your bud, or maybe you made a new friend, you will have time to discuss what's going on at school or what your plans are for the weekend in between your sets, and you'll still be, lifting heavy and working hard and progressively overloading, but you're not going to be like out of breath the entire time.
That's what I like, because I don't want to feel like I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, well, we have days for that too.
Well, Wednesdays, Sundays too. Right?
Wednesdays and Sundays, we'll see what the schedule turns into. But
I've never done a Sunday. Those are for like the hardcores.
Yeah, I mean, but again, like even if you come to your first Sunday, everything is scalable. A lot of times we're doing things.
I think Joel went to a Sunday once.
I think he did.
Yeah.
I think like everything is scalable. So like on a conditioning day, we will be doing things like maybe 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. So the effort that Dana might be giving might be different than the effort that
maybe Dan is giving.
Dan is giving. We all know Dan. Dan is giving big effort, But again, that's what makes it great. Like there's different skill levels, there's different work capacities for different members and clients, but it all comes together in one room, and everyone's friendly with everyone. It's really a great place. Like I know it's my place, but Dana will tell you it's
before we started chatting, he was like, I do think I'm the best.
I'm not going to say that on camera.
But I said you can say it.
No, I mean, and this goes out to anybody who's listening. You got to find what you love about exercise, whether it's Ridge Strength or any of these other places. It's just important that you're moving your body, you're getting out there, especially as we get older, that's what's holding it all together.
I told Katie, sometimes I get ads on Instagram about like maintaining my independence as long as possible.
I think we're a little bit away from that.
I was like, how old does Instagram think I am?
Your algo.
What is the difference though between like the classes you go to where you're using 10 pounds and you're doing like 1,000,000 reps and like bouncing around versus like this, like, because they all call themselves strength training. They all might call themselves lifting, but like, what's the difference there? Like,
there's different rep ranges, right? So this is a good way to explain it, right? So if you're in the lower rep ranges, you're training a lot of like power, right? So if you're training, like 1 to 4 reps, you're training more power, okay? As you get into the higher repetitions, you're getting into more of a hypertrophy, which is a muscle building. But again, those weights have to get heavier. If you're just throwing a 10-pound dumbbell around all the time, you're not really pushing those muscles to work harder, number one. And then number two, what you can squat is different than what you can press overhead. So if you have someone who's like, all right, you're holding these two 10-pound weights and you're doing a squat into a press, into a curl, you're not really challenging your leg muscles, which are much stronger. Like when you're doing a deadlift, if you're deadlifting 20 pounds in each hand, you're not going to get as much for the deadlift as you are when you're pressing those 20-pound dumbbells. So to me, you have to be challenging your hamstrings or your glutes or your quads much more than you're going to be challenging a curl, right? Like I'm curling like a 20 or 25, but I'm squatting, 300 pounds. It's a big difference.
Not to brag.
Not to brag. Well, I got something in there. But
I also just think like we middle-aged women are getting bombarded with information about like you have to weight train, right? Like strength training is the most important thing for longevity and quality of life and like staying fit and active and avoiding osteoporosis and like all the shit that menopause throws at us. But it's like when they're talking about that strength training, they're talking about what you're saying, which is like the progressive overload, the heavier weights, lifting, like really challenging your muscles, but like, the 5-pound dumbbells that we're like used to and all these fitness things like from growing up is not what we're really talking about.
I agree. Yes, that's correct. I mean, you're not going to, your bones are not going to be like, oh, this 5-pound weight that I've been throwing around for the last 45 minutes. Like, it's not going to adjust. Are your arms going to be tired? I remember I went to a SoulCycle class. This is a million years ago before I had kids. I had been weight training. I was into CrossFit. And I went to a SoulCycle class. because my wife was really into that. It was
as we all were.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I think they're actually closing a lot of them. I just
Yeah.
read yesterday, but super fun class. We go in and they're like, do you want the 1 pound, the 2 pound, or the 3 pound dumbbells? And I'm
you're
like,
where are the 50s,
I'm like, give me the
bro?"
threes, you know? And here I am on this bike, and they're like, all right, you know, halfway through, they're like, grab those dumbbells. And I'm putting them overhead, and my arms, I'll never forget this feeling. I couldn't feel them. Like it was so hard, but I just couldn't hold on to them anymore because they were just over my head for so long. But like,
Right.
I wasn't pushing my muscles. I'm just fatigued from just holding them
Right.
for so long. And was it a good sweat? Was it a great workout? Absolutely. But is that something that you should be doing, you know, 3-4 times a week? I'm not really sure about that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't, maybe those 3 pounds will be, or those 2 pound weights or whatever weights you're doing, maybe they won't, you know, feel as hard, but like, are you really challenging yourself?
Right. Like, are you using your time wisely if your goal is actually to build strength?
Yeah, I mean, I think that those classes are great. Like, if it's fun, you jump in once in a while, maybe once a week you go to that. But I do think that it's very important wherever you're going to strength train 2 to 3 times a week, where you're hitting that progressive overload, you're challenging yourself, not necessarily to failure, just to like a difficult, heavy weight for that day.
I think I fail almost every class.
I think did you fail today?
I did fail.
You did, but it's been a minute. We haven't
And
been
I was with
together.
Victoria,
There was
and
no
that's-
numbers on the board.
Yeah.
Victoria is very strong.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I failed at 6 on my last reps.
but that's good. That's where you want to get. You should not leave the gym being like or that lift for the day being like I had like 6 more in the tank, right? You want to, you have to learn where that is, but you want to get close to that. Like, you know, we used rate of perceived exertion, right? When we're explaining what the lift of the day is, we'll say today was barbell bench press. We said first set warm up is going to be super easy. All right. And then your first set should be at an RPE, rate of perceived exertion, of a 7, right? 7 out of 10. On the difficulty scale, and then build set over set to getting to like that RPE of 9, right? 9 out of 10. 10 would be like a maximal lift, which we don't do a ton of because it's not that important to get that 1 rep max every single time. But yeah, just building up to that difficult. And when I first started, I would get people and they were like, that's it? That wasn't that hard. And I'm like, well, maybe you should have went a little heavier.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll learn that. I think as you go, maybe you start slow and you say, you know what, that 15 is way too easy. You know, I'm going to pick up the 17 or the 20.
And you do wind up wanting to challenge yourself as you go.
Yeah. If it's not hard, then what are you
doing? What are you doing there?
What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, Katie has a question.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about your schedule, like throughout the week, and then timing as well, like how it kind of.
So we will be opening, fully opening, July 8th, in Bloomfield. We will start with the class schedule of a 6 a.m., a 9 a.m., and a 10 a.m. The classes are capped at 12 people. Often it's less.
12.
I think we're going to go 12.
Yeah, I like
We'll
that.
see. We had 11 this morning. It was great. We'll see
In
how
my
the flow.
class?
No, at 6 a.m.
I
this
was like,
morning.
there weren't that many in my class.
No, I think there was 7 for your class.
Yeah.
But again, like 10 a.m. is a great class for starters. I think we had 3 today. We're doing like a soft opening for our members that have been with us for a long time. But we will be fully open July 8th. We'll be Monday through Friday, probably Sundays. And then we're going to be hiring some coaches. We'll have some more class times. We'll eventually be going to 5 a.m., I think.
Yeah.
I'll have to go to bed at 9 p.m.
Yeah. But that was our neighborhood. They were going out 5 a.m. all summer last summer.
Yeah, when you
'Cause-
got those little kitties.
Oh, yeah,
Little
it's tough.
kitties, commutes to the city. But the good news is it's walkable from Oakview neighborhood and Brookdale neighborhood in Bloomfield. So
And still very close to Montclair and Glen Ridge.
yeah.
It's a great spot.
And parking.
There is a lot of parking, which is key around here.
Mhm.
And I would say, like, most people don't have a lot of time in their day, right? With kids, school pickup, whatever it is. Classes are 1 hour. You're getting a full workout in that hour. It's very scheduled, right? You would say it's like very precise. Like we're on a clock. I'm obsessed with clocks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like the bear, right? Was that the bear, right? What was that? What was this?
To be honest,
Every second counts.
I never have any idea what the clock means unless I'm counting down like a plank.
Yeah.
You know, he's just like, clock's going. I'm just like, what is he saying?
Well,
I don't know what he's saying.
we could have a whole discussion about clocks. I don't think you're the people watching this or listening to this want to hear about my obsession with clocks.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, it's so great because it really just feels like you have such personalized attention. You do not have to remember anything. You don't even have to remember what he just said. because you're gonna ask,
Oh yeah, that's right.
you're gonna
Right.
ask him
Just let's push
20 times.
and that will happen. And you don't even have to ask because somebody else will. Like
Yeah.
how many reps, how many. But
Yeah,
that's okay.
yeah.
That's part of the job, and
Yeah.
it is written really largely in the front of the room.
And I do shout it.
And I do have a very loud voice, but again, it's totally fine. That's why I'm there to help you figure out what weights you want to do,
Yeah.
to make sure that your form is correct.
The point is you don't have to know anything going in, and you don't have to be intimidated because step by step it's laid out for you, and there's plenty of support. Like, am I doing this right? How many reps? What weight should I start at? How much higher should I go?
How much does the bar weigh? Doesn't change, but somehow nobody
So
knows.
what is 35 plus 5? plus
Yes, the
5?
math. I mean,
You know?
honestly, the math is like it's like you get really good at math.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
adding 10 pounds.
I'm still
Or
waiting
you
to
try.
get
You
good
work
at
on it.
math. Yeah.
But-
All right. So how can people find you on the internet? Or...
Okay, so we have an Instagram, Ridge Strength Co. We have a website, ridgestrength.com. I'm gonna have to edit that one out. I have to look.
And we'll link to all of it in the show notes. So July 8th, you open.
July 8th is fully open. We will have all those classes. I will post something on my Instagram explaining which day we're doing what, right? So Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday are our main lifting days. Wednesday and Sunday are our conditioning days. It stays the same. It's been the same for the last 2.5 years. The exercises do get changed slightly, but you know, once you're like, oh, Monday is lower body day, Tuesday is upper body day, and so you get kind of used to it, and you find the schedule or the
I like
classes
that
you
because
like.
I can look at my week and be like, okay, well, I really don't want to miss leg day. Like, I
Right.
really want to make sure I get a full body in. Like, oh,
Right.
maybe I'll get some conditioning in. So it's nice to always know it's the same each week, and you can plan around it.
Yes,
And then you just get jacked.
Ridge. I was gonna kill me. All right, edit that one out too. So the website is ridgestrengthco.com. Should I get on TikTok? Like, is that a thing? Am I too
Ask
old?
Katie. We suck at TikTok.
The guy across the street's got some TikTok
Who?
following.
Oh,
Christo's
Steak?
Wake and Steak. He's got
Really?
like on TikTok. Yeah.
Food talk?
Yeah. So like my sister-in-law lives in Long Island and she's like, have you heard of this place? Christo's Wake and Steak?
Really?
And they like, people like drive from all over to get it. And I think it's great. It's a great spot. It's right across the street.
Yeah. So you can get a cheesesteak on
yeah.
your way out.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks for
today.
having me. My first time on the pod. Hopefully not the last.
So if you show up at Ridge from Gimme the Goss, make sure you tell him so we know
Yeah, where he came from.
how many friends we're sending your way.
Thank you for being here, friend.
If you like the show, please leave us a review wherever you listen to your pods and go ahead and subscribe while you're at it.
And then be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Substack at Gimme the Goss.
Hey, love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.